When we say abortion, it is a medical way to end a pregnancy before the fetus can live outside the uterus. In other words, abortion is when pregnancy is ended so that it does not result in the birth of the child. In the word itself, no, there are a lot of opinion about abortion, whether it should be legalized here in the Philippines or not. Many individuals are divided whether they are pro-life and pro-choice. Now, in this report, let's discuss abortion in another way. Let's expand our knowledge about abortion. So, let's talk about its effects on a child born with attempted abortion. So, what is the effect no sa child who survived the abortion? Hello everyone, we are the Group 7. I am Maria Gracia Eselperto and here are my group members. And we are here to discuss about the effects on a child born with attempted abortion. But before that, let us know the learning objective of this topic. So the learning objective of this topic are to review the international and local studies on the effects of children born after attempted abortion, examine the context of the topic, identify new insights and learning, evaluate its implication to the self and the society, and lastly, determine actionable steps in light of the discoveries. So we all know now what is abortion. Let us now talk about what is attempted abortion. So abortion can be called as a termination of pregnancy. And when we say attempted abortion, it refers to an effort to terminate a pregnancy that may not have been successful. So abortion can be either spontaneous, miscarriage, or induced. When we say induced abortion, it is a procedure performed by a medical professionals or through the use of medication. So in short, attempted abortion is unsuccessful termination of child. So we may wonder or question why mother or women have the soul or gut to abort their child. So what are their reasons? So according to BMC Women's Health, they studied 954 women across 30 U.S. abortion facilities. And according to them, the reason why women choose to abort their child are due to financial unpreparedness, bad timing, partner issues, they are more focused on their existing children, they are concerned about the future opportunities, they are not emotionally prepared, health reason, they also want a better life for their child, lack of independency and maturity, and lastly, it influences for their families and friends. So the decision nganong they want to abort their child kay na-influencean ni silang age, silang socio-economic, health, silahang parity, and the marital status.
Diana Green Foster study is part of a body of research that explores the outcomes for children born to women who were denied abortions. The study suggests that in some cases, children born under these circumstances may face challenges, and their mothers may experience difficulties related to maternal bonding and financial strain. In this study, financial strain indicates that the children born to women who were denied abortions were more likely to live in households facing financial difficulties. In terms of maternal bonding, women who were denied abortions were more likely to report poor maternal bonding with the children born under these circumstances. The feeling of being trapped, the resentment, or a sense of longing for the time before having the child were reported more frequently compared to women who had a wanted abortion.
Another international study, and it's all about the consideration of abortion survivor. In the journal, Child Psychiatry and Human Development, Volume. So in this study, it explores the response of 50% Western abortion survivor. So it hypothesized that these children who have sibling terminated by abortion may experience psychological conflict similar to those who survive disaster or loss of siblings. So in this study, surviving children daw of attempted abortion, especially when they found out about their terminated siblings, they may experience psychological conflict, namely their emotional and mental struggle, similar daw to those people who experienced the disaster or the loss of siblings. So they feel this way because they can feel the pain. Of course, they've been there, which is why they feel lost or hurt about their terminated siblings. So next, evidence also suggests that these children being aware of their mother's pregnancy termination may lead to conflict about their existence. So tied up silang survival being, mulinked siya to being wanted. So, this evidence, nag-show siya that abortion survivors may feel conflicted about their existence, if their parents ba accept them or not. And then for them to be not unwanted, so they want to please their parents. They do everything to please their parents para dili sila maka-feel unwanted sila because they feel na obliged sila ana. So next, if a child has already lost a parent, the unborn children may be viewed as a potential attachment. Deprivation by the mother's choices may steer latent hostility, expressed through the child's determination to stay wanted. So when a child has lost a parent, namely his or her father, they may see an unborn sibling niya as possible source of emotional connection. But if a mother choose niya to terminate the pregnancy, so this decision can cause latent hostility. What is latent hostility? Hidden resentment sa child. But despite this, the child may express gihapon og determination to remain wanted. Kay mo na lang man na iyahang buhaton para makasik siya o acknowledgement and attention to feel the emptiness and emotional gap niya. So the last study is that abortion survivor may be overprotected by guilt-stricken parents, facing impossible expectation as substitute children. So, mga abortion survivor may face overprotection from guilt-stricken parents tungod ni sa ilahang gibuhat na they attempted abortion. So they give excessive cares. So tungod silang ka-excessive cares, the child or the abortion survivor may feel siya og maka-encounter siya og unrealistic expectation, making them maka-impact sa ilahang development. So this is all the hypothesis of the consideration of abortion survivor.
Now let's talk about local studies. These studies talk about the effect of the fetus in the womb when the mother has had a health bad habits. So in our generations, in these generations, and our country, Philippines, smoking or drinking alcohol is normal but has a negative effect, especially while pregnant. Then you should take that situations into considerations. And I have an encounter in that case, for example, with my neighbor who always take cigarettes while she is pregnant. And then after a few weeks, baby dies or they abort. And actually, I don't have a main reason for what happened to her, but for me, it was the result of her always smoking or while we had a baby in a womb. And in a prenatal case, smoking and alcohol consumption on have effect on child health when analyzed separately. However, when latent smoking and alcohol consumption interact, the result is negative effect on birth rate. In addition, the results suggest that smoking by the mother has a significant and negative effect on the health of the child after birth, thus implying that passive smoking by the child has important health effects. Now the next studies women health choices and the effect on the child health. So these studies analyzes both theoretical and empirical women's health choices and their effect on child health. For example, a rural household in Cebu, The theoretical model predicts the positive relationship between the mother's health habits during pregnancy and the expected survivability of the child at birth. That is, if a child is expected to survive delivery, then the mother spends a larger amount of her income on the composite health community or in her own health habits than if the children is not expected to survive. In a postnatal case, the model predicts that the larger the probability of survival, the less is spent on child-specific health inputs. It is reasonable to assume that the probability of survival is low. In this study, pregnant women visit the Skiapa Church every day, not only for prayer but also to purchase abortion pills. So these days, Quiapo Church is practically always associated with abortion. It is evidence of Filipino steadfast convictions as well as one of the most threeable realities in Philippine society. The possible effect of the fetus is a pregnant woman tries to get an abortion with abortion pills and the procedure is unsuccessful. The fetus may continue to develop and pregnancy may progress if the abortion pills are not successful in ending the pregnancy. Complications, however, are also a possibility and can include abnormalities on birth defects, premature birth. In certain situations, unsuccessful attempts at abortions may result in preterm birth, which may provide additional health risks for the unborn child. And complications for a pregnant person should abortions attempt fail. The pregnant persons may experience emotional and physical difficulties, possibly requiring additional medical attention.
An attempt to reduce infant and child mortality in Bohol, Philippines by Nancy E. Williamson. So this article discusses a project in Bohol aimed to reducing infant and child mortality. It outlines health conditions in the region in the 1970s in the strategies implemented to address prevalent issues like respiratory diseases and malnutrition. So these two health issues are recognized as major contributors to reduce infant and child mortality.
So now, what is the implication of this study to ourselves and society? So first, let us talk about the implication on it in the self. So first, it gives us self-awareness. Within this topic, developing self-awareness is important for understanding the potential danger of the effect of abortion on our bodies. So as a teenager and now becoming an adult, this exploration becomes a valuable guiding insight for us to enhance our self-care practices. So it is our time to protect and take care of our body. Second, be responsible. This topic instill a sense of responsibility in us, emphasizing that a single decision can have a lasting consequences. So understanding the gravity of our choices encourage us to be responsible and accountable for our action. Third, it helps us become more open-minded. So this report encourage us an open-minded of the effects of an abortion of the body. So it extends beyond just the physical aspect, promoting a broader knowledge on contraceptive methods, family planning, and fostering a non-judgmental understanding of others, especially those who have survived abortion attempts. Since as we all know, we tend to judge others, that's why we need to be open-minded and stop judging others' life. Next is that this report also prioritize our mental health. So emphasizing the importance of mental health, this report encourage us to prioritize our well-being. By recognizing the significance of mental health, it promotes a mindful to self-care and stress management. So in this context, we realize that we are not alone and there are people willing to help us like our family and friends. And lastly, live life to the fullest. A lesson learned from this report is to enjoy life and not rush through it. So taking the time to appreciate and live life to the fullest is important. So it encourages us to not make our life miserable, but instead to savor every moment. So don't stop your life because of a single mistake. Just make the most out of it and be grateful because life is beautiful and so are we.
Let's talk about the implications of the society. First, in moral and ethical talks, social dislikes and perceptions, religious and cultural aspects, guide and support facilities, effect on the family relationships, and generally speaking on the consequences in society can start conversations on issues like reproductive rights, medical practices, moral considerations, and care provided to children born into such situations. The beliefs, values, and perspectives that society holds about life, healthcare, and freedoms for individuals are often reflected in how it handles these problems.
So these are the things that we learn from our topic. So the first in the list is the international insights. So understanding the complex outcomes for children born after denied abortions. And we also learned that exploring the multifactoriated maternal responses ranging from financial struggles to emotional challenges. And we have the effects of abortion pills, acknowledging the potential birth defects caused by abortion pills, including structural abnormalities and developmental delays, and discussing the implication of timing in the ideal window for termination. Cultural dynamics in the Philippines. So understanding the impact of cultural and societal factors on the discourse around attempted abortions in the Philippines highlights the need to address challenges within specific cultural contexts. And we also have the health and developmental considerations, acknowledging the significant role of birth defects as a cause of mortality and disability among infants provides a fresh perspective on the broader health development impacts linked to children born after attempted abortions. And lastly, we have the societal impact, reflecting on the impact on societal visions and the role of shame in discussing abortion-related issues, considering the influence on family dynamics and the need for creating supportive spaces.
Abortion is a complex decision that requires a woman to balance her responsibilities and opportunities. Considering the uniqueness of fetus and her life goals, if abortion becomes more restricted, women may face limited opportunities to achieve other life goals, secure financial stability, and have a child she can cherish and support.
Before we end our report, I will conclude it with a reminder to always be responsible to your action. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.